It's really a collaboration about rethinking spaces with a focus on education, art, and care for the environment. So who's familiar with Youth Build? That's really great. It's just about everybody. I'm going to kind of go over who they are just really quick for those who don't know. It's a GED education and vocational training program for young adults. The young adults who come to Youth Build will have a lot of obstacles to overcome. And so not only is it education and career training, it's also a leadership program. It's about community service, organizing and development, and really getting young people inspired and on the right track. The main focus at Youth Build is construction, but recently they've expanded into nursing. And then with the goal also to have an urban conservation core, which will be a formal version of environmental education, which has been at Youth Build since the inception, for reasons of developing leadership skills and being a responsible way to engage with your community. And it's not just about jobs, it's really also about, who are the people who have the opportunities and experiences necessary to rethink the built environment and make a change in it. And I think it's super important that the more diversity and representation there is in that, the better. So it's skipping forward to Versailles, so it was an amazing thing with that in mind for Josh and Theo to approach Youth Build along with Christian Dubonoir, who has a landscape architecture firm in New York, to present us this opportunity and idea to have students from Youth Build travel to the Garden of Versailles to work in a 2-week apprenticeship, hands-on in the garden alongside the gardeners who have been there, gaining knowledge and inspiration, and bringing it home, being the end goal, to Smoketown, where Youth Build is, and having a kitchen garden of our own. We weren't just working there. We got the French experience. We got to go to Paris several times and do a rush tour of the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, the Arc de Triomphe. We got to spend a lot of time in the Palace of Versailles and the gardens there, just acres and acres of formal gardens. And it was an amazing experience. I was so lucky to go, and I feel the students were so appreciative to go as well, because to get out of your home situation and the stresses and the drama of your daily life really opens your heart up to think about what your future can look like. Sierra, in particular, one day just said, this is the way I want to live. Walking in the streets of Paris in the evening with all this art and music and food, this is what I want, and we had the chance to also talk to some nonprofits over there who are working with youth, who are working against gentrifying spaces in the suburbs, and really kind of being inspired in that way alongside the experience of gardening. And together, I think that was so invaluable. So these are sketches that Christian sent us to imagine the formal kitchen garden style on Youth Build's campus that would really represent the experience of the trip, as well as this kind of, just the sense of history and connection and a world that's so large and interconnected. I made this slideshow really quick. If you have any questions, please talk to me. The goal this year is to have 4 students go and to finish the implementation of the garden. If there's any way we can have that last slide, that would be really great. Thank you, Josh. So 4 students, again, and really taking it to the next level. The Gardens of Versailles also house the foremost landscape architecture school in France, and the goal is that gardeners from there will come to Louisville and help these students to make this dream come to fruition. And so if you would like to support this project, there are several ways. There's going to be a dinner hosted at Louis Le Français in New Albany. You can talk to ideas about that. Also,